Hello.
Oh, little spoiler there. I don't know how that was on the screen already. Hello, and
Hello.
welcome to episode 4 of Curious Casefiles, and I've stuffed it up already.
Yeah.
Right. I'm Lisa, and I've stuffed it up.
Yeah.
I'm Danielle.
And she's not stuffed it up.
And I'm
Not yet.
Jamie. I'm bound to stuff it up.
Yeah. How is everybody doing this lovely Tuesday?
Yeah.
Oh,
Although
I was doing great.
Danielle's cold.
Yeah.
I'm cold. I came back from a little mini vacation, a long weekend in Florida, and the temperature was probably 60 degrees, 70 degrees warmer than what it is right now here.
I actually can't believe it. Lisa said, Danielle's got a tan or something. I said, what? How did that happen? How do you manage that?
It just happened like that. Yeah. Some
I
nice,
didn't know it was that warm.
yeah, nice sunny weather. However, I did burn my bottom lip, and when I woke up this morning, it was really. It
What
looked
do you
like,
mean, Danielle? You burnt your bottom lip?
Stop. No, my daughter was like, Mom, did you like get injections in your lip? And I'm like, no.
Danielle went to Florida for Botox, everybody.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Before we begin though, a little birdie landed on my shoulder earlier and told me that yesterday was a very special day.
Yeah.
Do you know what happened yesterday, Jamie?
Yes, I do. Yes,
would you like to share with the class what happened yesterday?
Yes, it was Danielle Elvis's birthday.
It was Danielle Elvis's birthday, everybody. So, happy birthday, Danielle!
Thank you. It was a nice day.
She's only 22.
22.
Yeah, 22.
Yeah.
I had a very nice long weekend. So I was gone for like 4 or 5 days, and it was a nice way to celebrate my birthday away from, because I don't know where you all live, but it's been incredibly dark here in Michigan, and I needed some sunshine.
Yeah, England is terrible.
Yeah. Thank you, Kathy or Kelly. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Serna. Expialidocious. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
How did you miss that birthday, Kelly? Well, I didn't put it public on my Facebook. You know how you have your birthday come up? I kind of disabled that so that people who only know it's my birthday.
Yeah.
And I've just told the world.
And hello to my mum.
Hello to Jamie's mum, or maybe even his dad using his mum's Facebook thing.
Oh, yeah. Hello there.
Hello, one of Jamie's parents.
Yeah.
So Danielle's been on holidays this week and celebrating her 22nd birthday. I was going to do Sarah Boone this week. Now, Sarah Boone is a massive twat who some of you might have heard of. She killed, although she's not been to court yet, I've decided that she's very, very guilty. She killed her boyfriend / long-term partner, George Torres Jr., while they were playing, apparently,
hide and seek.
Yeah.
While intoxicated.
Yeah. She phoned 911 and said, really bluntly, like, she was just like phoning up for a rubbish collection. My boyfriend's dead. I was playing hide and seek, and I put him in a suitcase. I don't know. I mean, this is in America. I don't know. I know in the UK, when you play hide and seek, you don't hide the person yourself.
Yeah,
that's not how we play it over here. And
kind of take the whole.
You don't actually hide the person yourself.
Element of surprise. Oh, I wonder where they are.
Yeah, but you know, he willingly climbed in there.
Yeah. But it was unintentional. You'll get used to that. We're going to show you the video. We're going to go through the whole case in depth. However, she was due to go to court this month, but her attorney, who that's a whole other story, how she's getting on his nerves, has got a death penalty case. So it's been postponed until April. So we're going to wait to get the whole story together at once for you and do that later. But in memory of Sarah Boone, who is a dumb, crazy bitch, criminal, not a bitch, although she is a bit of a bitch, we're going to look at some other dumb crimes and crazy criminals from all over the world this week and have some fun with it because it's Danielle's birthday.
Now, the best bit about this is different to the Sarah Boone. I don't think anybody got hurt, so we can laugh at it a bit more. But some strange ones coming out tonight. So.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting.
There are morons committing crimes.
And it'll be interesting to go to a later date over the whole Sarah Boone thing because...
Yeah, instead of doing it now and having to revisit it, once she clearly is going to get found guilty, although she is putting in a battered spouse defence, which they spent their whole relationship beating the shit out of each other, so I don't think that's going to work.
Lots of domestic
Not
policy.
excusing him, but she killed him, basically. No excuse. Just leave, love. Leave.
So what kind of things do you have lined up for us? I bet you it wasn't too hard to find.
Oh, it was very easy. Yeah. And then, no, it wasn't. It was very difficult, Danielle. It took me days and days of preparation while you were sunning yourself in Florida.
Yeah, I feel like I kind of shirked my duties here. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So in part 1, because I'm going to split it into 2 parts, we're just going to look at random crimes from all over the world. And in part 2, in... What's the word I need? I've lost my word.
I don't know what you're going for.
In memory of Danielle, but she's not dead. So
in honor of?
In honor, that's it. In honor of Danielle, we're doing Florida Man, because although Danielle's not a man, she was in Florida. And there are some really stupid criminals and men in Florida. So part 1, all over the world. Part 2, Florida Man.
The stripy tops theme. I ain't got nothing with stripy, but them two dressed up the occasion.
Danielle told me.
Prisoners.
Danielle told me to dress up as a prisoner and wear a stripy top. This is the only stripy top that I had, and I hate it. I don't know what to do with this. I don't know what to do with this thing. I hate it.
Drag it down. Every time I wear this, I get told that it's like prison stripes.
What are you supposed to do with these?
Cut it off.
It just looks like I couldn't be bothered, but I don't know what to do with it. I hate it. I'm not wearing it ever again.
It's just how it is. But you know what? It goes with today's program regarding criminals.
Yes, Bob, that's why I'm wearing a stripy top.
Yeah.
I did tell Jamie to put an orange jumpsuit on, but he refused.
Yeah, Jamie's an orange. An orange jumper.
Right. So we're going to start off with what you've probably seen a little glimpse of when I stuffed up at the very beginning. Facebook boast Tesco robber Andrew Hennels was jailed. Now this was in 2015, but whatever, it's still stupid. This is him. Now he looks quite intelligent. I'm just.
I don't know if you've got Tesco stores over there, but it's a supermarket.
It's basically like Walmart. Basically.
Okay.
So he put on his Facebook this picture. He was holding a knife in the picture apparently, but this is the only bit they're showing you on the BBC. That he was doing Tesco over as he was just about to rob Tesco with a knife. So Andrew Hennels, 32, posted a comment on his profile that read, "Doing Tesco over at 19:25 GMT on the 13th of February."
He warned him.
That was just 15 minutes later. The police caught him with a knife and £410 stolen from the store in Kings Lynn in Norfolk. So he actually posted an update on his Facebook saying he was going to rob the supermarket.
You know how they say like people who are like they call out for help, they like go out there for help, they want to be discovered or want to be caught, but I don't know if he necessarily would want to be caught for that, but wow.
And I do believe, although that this is covered up here with his comment, I do believe that says twat on his neck in a tattoo.
It says twat?
That's what I imagine it says.
Oh how did you know that?
That's what it should say.
Yeah, maybe. It should.
Yeah, so that is Norfolk's brightest.
Yeah, because everyone announces their crime, right?
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I'm sure there's another one later that announces their crime as well.
Maybe he could have been even more daft. He could have actually ordered the delivery of the robbery. That would be even more just bizarre. But yeah. I'm
just breaking into this house. Can I have a pizza, please? Talking about eating things when you break into a house, though. Goldilocks intruder next.
Goldilocks?
And he broke into the Three Bears house, and that's the end of that story.
Did he?
Danielle, do you want to tell us about Goldilocks?
I can tell you about Goldilocks. So
he's not very Goldilocks looking to me.
He's not. So what's the story here? Scroll for me. All right. A couple from Lancashire returned from their holiday to discover a burglar fast asleep in their bed. So there's the Goldilocks thing. Martin Holtby and Pat Dyson were amazed to find the intruder had done the washing up, but some food and even washed his own. He bought some food and even washed his own underwear.
You could break into my house. You want to take it out.
Lucas Chanowski, 28, was given a 2-year conditional discharge and ordered to pay £200 costs at Burnley Crown Court after admitting his burglary. Miss Dyson said it was a bit like Goldilocks and the Three Bears, although he was more like Baby Bear, she added.
What?
So, I
Okay.
mean, did he just, okay, I don't get it.
So,
So he broke in, bought some groceries, washed his pants, and then fell asleep in their bed.
So this wasn't your typical burglary, like I want to steal something. This is like I need to squat, I need a place to stay and
That's
clean up
basically what
and
it
have some
was.
food.
But if he's that desperate, he could break into my house if he's going to tidy up.
Wow.
Yeah, 3 bowls of porridge. I don't know.
And did he have any porridge, Danielle? Did you read that book?
I
I don't
don't
think he
think
did.
that it said he had porridge, but
Yeah,
that would be
you-
the Goldilocks thing to do, right? I like how she equates him to Baby Bear, though, because he wasn't too,
Yeah.
He certainly did make
Can
himself.
you imagine coming home for you just been on your little holiday, Danielle? Can you imagine coming home from Florida and finding a weird man in your bed and his pants in your washing machine?
No, I had a hard.
Pants are actually underwear in the UK, not trousers.
No, I had the kind, and didn't it say he tidied up and everything? I kind of had the opposite effect. When I came home, my kitchen was kind of a mess. So
Yeah.
I won't go there.
That's probably right. What my dad said. Yeah, probably because of the cost of the energy these days, he probably had to break into someone else's
Yeah,
house
the
and use their
200
electricity.
quid that just covers the electric bill for putting the washing machine on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, there you
Kelly
go.
said that she would fire her dogs if she found a stranger in her bed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's why a lot of people have dogs, watching out for others.
Right.
Would it kind of freak you out as well? Like, you wouldn't be just annoyed. That'd sort of throw you off a bit, wouldn't it? I mean, you were like, oh, I don't know. That's giving me the quivers. Like, oh.
What else have they done?
What else have they been doing? Yeah.
Mm. And next up, we've got a stolen penguin, everybody.
Have we got?
Yeah.
A stolen penguin?
Going to tell us about a stolen penguin, I believe.
Yeah. Right.
It's called Dirk. Dirk the Penguin.
Dirk the Jerk. Yeah. Theft of Dirk the Penguin. Rise Jones and Kerry Mills fine.
Look, that's Dirk. Look at him.
Oh.
Oh, everybody said, oh.
Oh. Yeah.
I don't look like a penguin.
Has he got an armband? Has he got?
I don't look very penguin-y.
Swimming aids.
Like a tag. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a little tag. Look. Right.
Anyway.
2 Welsh tourists who stole a penguin named Dirk from a theme park, following a night out, have each been fined £1,000 Australian, £637 to be precise. Yeah. Rizzo and Jones, 21, and Kerry Mills, 20, admitted the theft when they appeared before Brisbane magistrates. Yes. The friends from South Wales broke into the SeaWorld on Queensland Gold Coast, swam with dolphins. They swam with dolphins and let off a fire extinguisher in the shark enclosure.
Why would you let off a
That's
fire
bit of
extinguisher in the shark enclosure?
Yeah, it's a bit of a silly thing to do, isn't it? The pair were told the prank could have seen them up in a morgue. And that's right. Did you see that person? I mean, I hope you got it. I might spoil it. Did you see that person who went into the lion enclosure to try and... he thought it could be okay because he was very religious and he thought God was going to protect him. And
that's not how it works, love.
No.
Did they not think that there was any cameras or security watching this?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
So they woke up with this penguin in their apartment, apparently, the next day.
Yeah.
And they panicked.
Why would they... What? Yeah,
so they released it into a local canal, and then they were caught.
This comment. Why would they steal a penguin that's not even covered in chocolate?
Exactly.
Yeah,
But he is kind of cute, but he doesn't look very penguin-y to me.
Wait, are penguins usually covered in chocolate over in the Welsh community?
It's a biscuit. Like chocolate biscuit.
Yeah, it's like we just don't get.
We don't actually dip birds in chocolate.
Yeah, we just get a penguin and douse them in chocolate.
Yeah, you can't fly, so I'm going to cover you in chocolate and eat you.
Okay, that makes more sense now.
Yeah. So they got drunk, went on a jolly. I don't know what the fire extinguisher and the shark.
Yeah, what was that all about?
It's almost like The Hangover, the movie. It's almost like the movie Hangover. They wake up and what's this tiger doing in the apartment?
No. Do you reckon they emulated that, perhaps?
Maybe done. Maybe seen it.
Maybe.
Yeah, so continue with the twat, shall we?
Yeah.
Right, this one is a bit vain. US fugitive sends a selfie to the police because he didn't like his mugshot that they put out. So here's his mugshot, and there's a selfie he took.
Get out of here.
Yeah. A man suspected of arson and vandalism has sent a selfie to police because he found the photo in his arrest warrant to be unflattering.
The thing is,
Yeah.
joking aside, this day and age, they probably would agree with him and say he's allowed to do that. You know, when before I'd be like, this is ridiculous.
It looks exactly the bloody same. Come on.
More or less.
That's exactly the
sunglasses.
Anyway.
I mean, he's
apart from
actually,
the sunglasses.
he's actually hiding his face up as well. So
Apart from
Yeah.
the sunglasses, and he's had a little bit of shade.
So if you put up a regular mugshot that they don't like, is that like bullying or something?
probably.
I don't know. Anyway, Donald Chip, because he's got a chip on his shoulder. Pew, is that Pew? P-U-G-H?
Yeah.
Pew. Pew texted police a photo of himself and wrote, "Here is a better photo. That one is horrible." Police in Lima, Ohio, posted the photos to their Facebook page and asked for help in locating Mr. Pooh. Mr. Pooh. The photo was sent to us by Mr. Pooh himself, Lima Police Department wrote in a post. "We thank him for being helpful. I mean, I appreciate it if he would come and speak to us about the charges." And there's a little text that he sent. So he's a person of interest in several cases, a warrant for his arrest, blah, 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 blah. But he didn't like his picture, and then I believe he got caught.
Mm-hmm.
There's now a Facebook page called Free Chip Pew. Poo. Poo.
Free poo.
Free Chip Poo. Try and say that 10 times in a hurry.
Yeah.
When was this? What was the date on it?
In 2016.
2016.
So actually, looking at it so far, it's been a few years since we've had some silly people trying to commit crimes.
No, there is more recent ones.
I wonder how his selfie career is going from that point on.
Yeah.
Mm. And now we're going to go into the Middle East, and quite a dangerous criminal here, criminal mastermind, one of the Taliban.
Right.
And he had a huge, massive $100 reward out for him. And something weird happened.
Just $100.
Yeah, $100. He can't have been very high up in the chain of command.
For a commander.
So,
Quite low.
yeah, he tried to claim his own reward for his own capture.
All right. So this is April 2012.
Yeah, and there he is.
Yeah.
An Afghan Taliban commander wanted for organizing attacks on Afghan and U.S. troops has been captured after giving himself up and demanding the $100 reward for his arrest.
So,
How is he going to spend it if he's in prison?
Mohammed Ashan is suspected of organizing improvised explosive device (IED)
I know.
on U.S. and
Yeah.
Afghan troops.
That is actually the scary thing, isn't it? Like, he's working with explosives and stuff, and yet he's dumb
Just
enough to hand himself
And
in.
yeah, he's not all there. Yeah, he gave himself up. Gave himself up
Why
to
do you
the
have
Afghan
$100
troops.
reward out on somebody that's making bombs?
Yeah. Why so low?
You think there'd be a higher incentive to get him off the streets because he's clearly stupid and dangerous.
Yeah, well, I mean, it says up there too, just under the picture, officials are baffled as to why Mr. Ashan acted so unusually. Well, it is pretty baffling, like you said. I mean,
Yeah.
so he gave himself up to the Afghan troops after approaching a checkpoint, and U.S. forces later confirmed Mohammed Ashan's identity using the biometric scan, which obviously is the whole facial structure and the eye prints and everything. The BBC's Bilal Sawari in Kabul says that Mr. Ashan is a mid to low-level Taliban commander in the southeastern province of Paktika.
Paktika.
Paktika. He is not thought to have commanded a significant number of insurgents, but still, $100? Come on.
Or he's not thought to have commanded a significant number of brain cells either,
No.
really.
But the IED's attacks he is suspected of a role in were damaging enough to prompt officials into putting up numerous wanted posters in the districts where he was active, he says. And NATO officials and Afghan troops are at a loss to understand why Mr. Ashan attempted to claim a reward for his own capture, our correspondent adds. Up until now, the tactic of using wanted posters was for insurgents had not yielded many positive results. Well, I guess you don't need positive results if the criminals are going to turn themselves in.
No.
That's just.
I think I now see why it's only £100 reward. They're like, he's not that.
He's not even worth it. He's just.
But he was dangerous, though, weren't he? I suppose.
That's amazing.
Oh,
it's not a big reward, though, is it?
No.
No, not at all.
How is he planning to even enjoy the money if he's obviously going to be in prison?
Yeah, because you're gonna be arrested. You're going to go to prison. You're admitting what you've done, and the $100 is for what? Notoriety? I don't know. Some people maybe just want to be.
Who knows? Who knows?
Mm-hmm. Right, Gary Ruff is up next. It's called Gary Ruff, Jamie. And Jamie's going to tell us about...
Oh, no. I knew you could get me to do this one. Right, yeah.
Well, you don't want to. I mean, I thought you'd enjoy it.
Yeah. Right.
Gary Ruff has been jailed over a robbery bid with a cucumber. And Jamie's going to tell you all about it.
Yeah. So, a man who tried to rob a bookmakers in Glasgow while armed with a cucumber has been jailed for 40 months.
40 months.
Yeah. Gary Ruff brandished the vegetable, which was covered in a sock. I don't think that they thought he was robbing them. He thought he was doing some kind of, I don't know.
Is that a cucumber in your sock? Or are you just...
He's happy to see me.
Yeah. So he brandished his socky cucumber at a female worker at the Ladbroke shop in Shettleston, is it? And demanded cash. Shortly after she refused, the 28-year-old was pinned to the ground by an off-duty police officer and arrested. Ruff was jailed at the High Court in Glasgow after admitting a charge of assault with intent to rob. Or just force them to eat salad. You will eat a salad? Yeah. Give me the money. The court heard that the bookmakers was busy when Ruff carried out the raid. Right.
This is hilarious.
That's weird.
Prosecutor Sheena Fraser said Ruff was armed with a long cylindrical object covered in a black sock.
It's getting worse.
Oh my God!
There's bound to be something more appropriate that's going to look like a gun.
Yeah.
If that's what you're trying to pull off. Cucumbers a bit on the large side.
And they're a bit bendy and wobbly. They look like
bendy and wobbly. It reminds me of Monty Python. How to defend yourself against someone armed with a banana.
A banana. Yeah, see, a banana.
At least
does
a banana's
like
more to scale. A cucumber's a bit bigger, isn't it?
Well, it all depends.
Maybe he thought, I'll put a sock in it. No, do no.
Incredible. Unbelievable what people will come up with.
I fathom why you thought a cucumber was going to even work.
But again, these are the criminals that obviously aren't very good criminals or haven't made a good
I mean, why not like a child's toy gun in a sock, which is going to look like a gun?
Yeah.
That's why they're dumb criminals, everybody.
Maybe, though, if you had a cucumber rather than an actual imitation gun, he probably may have thought that he'd get a more lenient sentence or punishment, maybe. Or he might just grab the cucumber off the side and in a shop next door and then come and done it, I suppose. I don't know.
Expialidocious says maybe he was pretending it was a rifle.
Maybe
I hope he wasn't pretending it was a cucumber.
I'm just going to batter you with this cucumber.
Yeah.
Right,
Wow.
Next one. We've got a CCTV video for the next one of a robber. I'll tell you about it first, then I'll show you a little video.
Okay.
So, a bungling robber who removed his balaclava, which is always handy when you're trying to rob somewhere, and then fell over a display rack while trying to escape from a newsagent's. He also got himself stuck in the newsagent's because he was pulling the door and it was a push door, and the woman that he just robbed had to come and let him out. Why did she let him out? What? I would have just left him till the police arrived. I have no idea. But he also fell over, so shall we have a little look?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
See, that's not a cucumber.
Yeah.
No, that one's not a
Here,
cucumber.
look, he's took his balaclava off.
Yeah.
Look, she's coming to help him. Can you open the door for me, love? And oh.
Oh, no.
Oh my God.
What?
Wow.
Wow.
How long does it say how long it took them to find him?
Probably not very long, I should imagine.
Yeah.
One of
he
those
didn't
he
look
couldn't
like-
have gotten very far.
Yeah.
I've seen one similar to that where they ran into the door, didn't they, and knocked themselves out, and that, or they couldn't open the door. But
Yeah.
Is that what, while they
There
were
was,
trying to
I seen one once actually that he couldn't open the door. He was doing the same. It was like he was pushing it and it was supposed to be pull. And he thought he was trapped, so he just sat there until the police turned up and just pushed it for the outside. And he was like, oh no, it was open the whole time.
So that was okay. So obviously that one was after a committed crime as well. Okay.
yeah.
He thought he'd been locked in, but he wasn't. I don't know. Do you know anybody that's ever committed a really stupid crime? I know you do. Do you, Danielle?
Not
Have you got,
personally. I mean, not
criminal
personally.
friends that have done anything stupid?
No
Not that much
comment.
stupid. You've got loads of criminal friends.
No comment. No, I don't know.
Jamie, you know somebody that's done a couple of stupid things, don't you?
Yeah, I have. No, my dad's watching, and he knows these stories probably better than me, and I'm probably going to get them wrong, but I'll tell you.
I'm sure he'll correct you if you get it wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I'm going to just, ad-lib a bit. Right, so my ex-brother-in-law's brother, he done some dumb things, which would probably fall into this category. He was a bit rough around the edges when he was younger, probably now still, I don't know. Anyway, what he actually done was he was working somewhere until early hours in the morning, I think like 3 o'clock in the morning, and he was tired. So he went to drive home and he needed some petrol, fuel, gas, whatever you want to call it.
Gasoline for the
Yeah.
Americans.
So, of course, what he decided to do, because all the petrol stations, gas stations were closed, he decided to siphon some petrol out of a car.
As you do.
So, unfortunately for him, because he was so tired, as he was siphoning and it was taking so long, he actually fell asleep. And he woke up to a police officer staring down at him. So he actually fell asleep.
Where did you fall asleep?
Underneath the car.
Underneath
Or at the side of the car or something
on
like
the
that.
pavement.
Yeah. Beside the car while it was ciphering. Yes. And yeah. So
Oops.
That's not the one I thought you were going to tell. I thought you
No.
were going to tell the one about the car. Oh, it is about a
No,
car. but
yeah.
This is about a
No.
car.
the same guy and the same car probably. Another story what he done was I think I don't know exact all the ins and outs of it, but basically he was driving along, something happened, he hit another car, and he panicked and drove home and got indoors to pretend that he was not, he was in all night. Anyhow, police officers knocked at his door. He answered, and they questioned him about what he's been up to, and he said he's been home all night, and they said about, have you been involved in a car accident? And he said, no, nothing. Me. He said, and the police actually then said, well, we actually believe otherwise. And he was like, no. And they said, well, we've got evidence. What evidence have you got? What actually happened was, when he hit the car, unbeknownst by him, is the license plate had fallen off, and the police had collected the license plate, so they know exactly who he was and where he lived and everything. So,
Wow.
yeah, that does happen, these sort of things. So
I don't know. So Dad Doothy is does he have that accurate? Is that a correct story? Give us a thumbs up if that was a good
maybe more or less.
a recollection.
Not yeah. I mean, there's a whole list of things where that bloke's done, but yeah, that's roughly some of the things that he's done. That's
Nice.
could come into this category.
Reminds me a little bit. No, I want a crime. Well, it might have been vandalism. My dog Riley is a clumsy twat.
Yeah.
He doesn't pay attention to what he's doing. He take him for a walk. He walk into the bin, like walks into gates. Because he's just clumsy. Anyway, I was walking him, and Jamie had Brody. I had Riley. It was normally the other way around. I don't know why I had Riley, because he pulls. Anyway, he banged into this car because he wasn't watching where he was going, and the bumper fell off just as the people were coming out of their house to get in the car. And I was like running up the road, and I was like, Jamie, he's like, what? Slow down. He's like, slow down, Brody needs to go for a wee. I was like, I don't care, Jamie. Come on. I had to drag Jamie up the road, like, come on, because he was trying to go and just stay in the area where these people were coming out of their house, so that she could, because it was like a sort of grassy area. was like, Riley has just knocked the bumper off that car, and,
Yeah.
and you're pissing about. He's just trying to take you for a pee. I'm trying to escape from the crime scene.
Run away! Run
It's
away.
the crime scene. Can you imagine him going for his, his photo fit parade?
Yeah, one of those. Should I leave a note? Should we just escape?
Well, it wasn't me; it was a dog.
He just walks into everything, doesn't
I know,
he?
he's
There
terrible.
was a bin laying, been
I know.
knocked over.
Yeah, somebody knocked a bin over on
Massive
the beach.
black plastic
massive-
trash can.
Massive
outside.
trash can for the Americans, and he just walked into it.
Yeah.
It was on its side, and he just walked straight into the bin.
Into the rubbish bin, just straight in there.
Riley's not blind, right?
No, he's not blind.
He
no.
just doesn't pay attention.
He just don't-
So
walks
he
through.
needs to actually be a pet for one of these stupid criminals that were.
Yeah, yeah, indeed, he would. Yeah.
Yeah. Talking about
Okay.
stupid criminals, we're now going to watch a little video coming out of China from a burglar who tried to break into a building and was left, he couldn't fit, so he was left hanging five stories up, and he had to get rescued by the fire department. Once I actually share the screen with you, because I'm not prepared. Here he is.
Okay.
Just play it.
Just to show you some of these pictures here from China. This man clinging onto the outside of a building. Well, police thought he was trying to break into some homes there, but couldn't squeeze through the gaps in the walls. Well, firefighters were called. This is a building in Liaoning province to rescue him. He's 5 stories up here, and one rescue worker, as you can see, even having to climb outside, trying to push him back in, while inside, others were trying to pull him in. He'd been hanging there for some time. Well, he was successfully rescued. Took about 30 minutes or so, and then handed over to police, trying to push him through that narrow gap 5 stories up there in Liaoning province.
Well,
Oh my gosh!
he escaped, did he?
Genius. Absolute genius.
I don't know. I mean,
Wow.
why would you do that? Why wouldn't you go for something, what's sort of
Ground level.
ground level? Yeah, head height or something.
When you're not sure, like there's a tiny gap that you're going to fit anyway.
Mhm.
Try the
I mean,
bottom
some
one.
people have no shame. He was up there for how long? Did they say over 30 minutes he was hanging there?
No, it took them 30 minutes to rescue him, but he'd been there for some time. That's what they said.
Whatever some time is, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the definition
I mean,
of some time
what
is.
about if he was trying to steal a TV or something? How was he going to get that out of there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again,
Just,
something that wasn't thought through very
Did he
far.
get up there though? Was he on his way in or his way out?
yeah.
They didn't say in there, did they?
No, they just
No.
said
He
that he was.
scaled the wall and thought he was like Superman or something like that, or Spider-Man. Spider-Man, yeah. What did she say? What a plonker! Expialidocious.
What a
Yeah.
plonker.
What a plonker.
Right, and the next one up. Oh, we've got a picture with this one. Right,
Okay.
I'm going to read it because I read it to Danielle earlier and then showed her the picture. So I think that's best for shock value.
Yeah.
Right, Gainesville Police. I've got this suspect. From
So
a
another
robbery.
Florida case.
Is that in Florida?
Yes.
No, it's in Georgia.
Oh, there's a Gainesville, Florida. Okay.
All right. An alleged armed robber was foiled in the early hours of Christmas Day in what police say was like a scene from Home Alone. So you can imagine what's going to happen here, can't you? Although you've not seen the visual yet. So, police say, and I'm going to try and say this name properly, but I'll probably fail. Luis Sajbucho Hernandez concealed himself behind a business in Gainesville, Georgia, which had been experiencing unusually low temperatures, and demanded cash from an employee who had left the building at around 1 a.m. Police say a physical altercation followed when a second employee then left the business. Sajbocho Hernandez, or Ordunu, I can't even say it, the bloke,
The bloke.
was startled and fired a shot that didn't hit anybody. He then tried to run off, but slipped on a patch of ice and hit his head. Now, it might not be shocking until you see the picture. Anyway, the witnesses took 2 guns from him while he was on the ground. He was taken to the county jail and charged with armed robbery. And the police say it's not clear how he got the injuries that he had, whether it was from the slip on the ice or the altercation with the two employees. But I'm going to now show you his mugshot. Brace yourself.
Wow.
Dun, dun, dun. Look at that.
That's
Oh my gosh.
well,
Oh my God.
You can't say he didn't deserve it, I suppose.
It has to be more. That has to be more
That's
than
not just
on
slipping on the ice.
No,
That's not just
you don't
slipping
know
on
what
the
happened,
ice.
Don, do you?
No, especially because when you slip on the ice, don't you tend to fall? Didn't it say like the back? I mean, I don't know. People you slip, you just tend to fall.
That's
like your feet go out from
probably
under you.
the employee and the two of them beating the shit out of him.
That's probably more likely. But man, he got messed up.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like he's been slashed by something, to be honest. But
But
Well, Jamie's
he
right.
wouldn't
I mean,
do
he
that.
kind of deserved it.
yeah, I don't think he'll do that again. I
Yeah.
think he's learnt his
maybe he's
lesson.
learned his lesson.
Well, maybe not. We don't know.
Right, and is it Danielle? Are you going to tell us about the guy who went to court and won his case with a weird T-shirt on?
Oh yeah. I don't know. There are some people in this world that have a lot of nerve and they just don't think things through. In this case, though, it didn't come back to bite him in the arse.
Arse. Say that again. Wait a minute. Stop. I need to get rid. Say that again.
It didn't come back to bite him in the arse.
I love it. Say that again.
The whole show's day could be Danielle said,
Say arse.
It just sounds so much better than the American way. Arse. Got him in the
Arse.
arse.
Bit him in the arse. Love it. Right, anyway, sorry, that was amazing. But yeah, continue.
All right. So this happened way back in 2014, but you can bet that this stuff's still going on. A man wears F the police T-shirt to court, and he wins his case against the police.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, there he is.
Oh my gosh. So it says that he regularly records police, but in this instance, Florida state troopers took an exception to his filming. So whatever,
Maybe-
yeah, a man in
Sorry.
court, a man in a court dispute with police turned up wearing F the police T-shirt and he won the case. Michael Burns of Broward County, Florida, so this is a Florida case, told a judge he had been unfairly targeted by officers after recording them trying to disperse a roadside gathering. And despite arriving to the resulting court case wearing the audacious, if crude, T-shirt, Mr. Burns won his case. I find that, yeah, I mean, there's obviously there's not much they can say.
F the judge, you might not have won.
Well, no, perhaps they thought he that said fund the police.
Well, I mean,
obviously
obviously they have to keep to the case. So the fact that he had this T-shirt on doesn't, dissolve the whole legality of the case or what he did or didn't do. But just the fact that you would wear that.
I
You
know.
get away with it now.
Well, actually, Danielle, you mentioning that, like wearing that inappropriate. Some of these people who've been caught murdering and people like that and committing like terrible crimes, they actually turn up at the interview in the police station, like several days later, wearing the same jeans or the same shoes with blood splatter on.
Yeah, I've seen
It's
that.
like, oh my god, I know I don't really want. Yeah, I'm glad that they did do that, but I mean, in one way, but that's like, what are you thinking?
Right, well, a Florida one kind of slipped into that section, but they get everywhere. They get everywhere. These.
Yeah, and Expialidocious is right. Now that's freedom of speech.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And this is getting on my nerves. Everybody's.
Do we need to take a break so that you can go change wardrobe?
Now I can't be bothered.
It's
Well, now on.
fine.
Are you ready?
Ready.
Florida man.
Oh wow! So let's go get even
If you
more
didn't think
crazy.
it was funny before, there's something about men in Florida that there's not even a word. Jamie, can you think of a word for Florida men?
Peculiar? Peculiar?
Yeah.
Oh,
That'd be a
peculiar. No.
Peculiar.
But there's a whole thing on the internet, Florida man, because they're just stupid. They're stupid. But they
In
don't know-
general. Not everybody in Florida is this way.
Apart from the people that watch this that are in Florida,
Yeah.
you're geniuses.
I was going to say, if you're in Florida and you're a man, we may not necessarily be
There is
talking about you.
there is some stupid Florida women stories. I don't know what's going on. Is it the sun? I don't know. Because we didn't get sun here, but yeah. Staying on the topic of T-shirts, John Bammer was arrested in Florida for drug possession whilst wearing a T-shirt that says, "I have drugs."
What?
Was he a walking billboard?
Yeah, I have drugs, and he actually did have drugs.
So we've got F the police, now we've got I have drugs.
So he may be questioning his wardrobe choice after being arrested for methamphetamine and marijuana possession whilst wearing a T-shirt reading, "Who needs drugs? No, seriously, I have drugs."
What are we going to have next? A T-shirt with I'm a serial killer.
There he is with his T-shirt on.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a walking billboard. Let's just advertise, you know?
Yeah.
Don't even try and hide it.
You know, it's like they have to have a relatively good reason to be able to arrest somebody, right? Or suspicion, and that shirt just kind of says it all.
Yeah. Let's check, shall we? Yeah. So
the police went up to him. I think you may have drugs in your possessions.
No.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Right.
Too much. This is good. At least he was being honest.
Yeah, this was really bizarre.
The next one is weird, so I'm going to skip over Danielle and let Jamie tell you about it.
Okay.
Because he really loves the weird ones.
Okay.
Right. This Florida man was arrested for allegedly tossing an alligator into Wendy's drive-through window.
And in case you thought you misheard that,
no,
you really didn't. There it is. ABC News.
I mean, do they even fit through them windows? How big are them windows?
How big is an alligator?
I was going to say, how big was the alligator? Are we talking baby? Well, regardless, it's insane. Yeah. But how big was this alligator?
Well, the main question is, he's had to have brought that alligator from somewhere without him in the car or the vehicle, you know, going for a drive.
And that is classed as assault with a deadly weapon, apparently.
I don't know.
Assault with a deadly weapon?
Alligator in the kitchen. Is that what he flung through the window?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I thought it was like a baby.
Yeah.
How?
But it is a deadly weapon. I just didn't know it could be. Yeah, that could cause some damage.
What I want to know is, was the alligator arrested for aiding and abetting? Perhaps that was sort of, he was part of the. Well, I mean, what was he doing it for anyway? What was he trying to get?
Yeah, I need to find out why he done it now, because I'm just why.
Give me an extra Wendy's burger. They do burgers, don't they? Can I have an extra Wendy's burger, or else I'm gonna, throw my alligator out.
Right, so a man was arrested Monday for allegedly tossing a live alligator through the drive-through window of a Wendy's restaurant in in Florida. I don't know how to say that. Danielle?
Lakahatchee?
That'll do. According to Palm Beach County officials and the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. A mouthful, innit? Joshua Douglas James, 23, of Jupiter, allegedly admitted to officials that he had picked up the American alligator on the side of a road and later threw it from his white pickup truck into the Wendy's kitchen after ordering a large soft drink, according to FWC incident report obtained by ABC News. The alligator was later seized by FWC officers and released into a nearby canal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, why has it got to be an American alligator? Why are we identifying this as an American alligator? Is that relevant to the story? That just, I don't know. It
doesn't say why he done it. It doesn't even say why he done it.
He's just like, can I have a soft drink? And here, by the way,
can I have a Pepsi? Yeah, what?
Did they not give him the right drink? Not enough ice?
But did he know beforehand that they weren't going to give him the right drink? Because he already had the alligator in his car.
Yeah, he was traveling around with it.
Hurry up on my order and make it snappy. No. Yeah.
Make it snappy. Did you just?
No, I did.
Did you just do
Is that a pun? Is that a pun?
Yeah. That's probably a UK pun. You probably have no idea.
I'm sorry.
Well, I was trying to think of a joke. And
Don't keep talking when I put you off the screen.
Boom. That was okay.
Have I been kicked out?
You kicked you off the screen for a terrible joke.
Kelly says, I got caught sniffing a box with bud from a raid at a police display at a fair. I smiled because there is no law against thoroughly checking out the police booths displays.
Wait a minute, she sniffed a box. What? I'm very confused.
Kelly,
Who's bud? Why sniffing his box.
Splain,
Bud
Kelly,
Light.
splain.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, we just randomly drive around with exotic animals and reptiles in our.
Do you do that in America?
Just in case we want to throw it at the tellers and the cashiers and.
Yeah, in case you give me the wrong drink, and look, if you give me a Diet Pepsi, I'm an alligator.
Take that.
Mm-hmm. Right, the next one, Danielle, I believe he was at the hospital.
All right, well, I guess I could read the next one.
Do you need me to put it on the screen?
It would help. I haven't quite honed in on my,
Psychic abilities.
Yeah,
psychic. I'm working on it.
A patient who isn't very patient, everybody. Danielle Elvis.
All right. Well, I'm digging the hair there. All right. A Florida patient loses patience, steals the ambulance to get home from the hospital.
That's what my hair looks like in the morning, everybody.
Yeah.
So what? I mean, I'm tired of waiting for a taxi, an Uber. I don't know. So Danny Konieski, I can't pronounce that name, is being held in the Lake County Jail after being accused of stealing an ambulance, according to a TV station report in Lake County Sheriff's Office. So this happened in 2018. Fed up with waiting at the hospital, a Florida man decided to steal an ambulance to get home.
Well, the wait times are getting ridiculous. I will give him that.
But come on now. I don't even think that man should be driving. Did you see him?
Yeah.
You can't drive with that hair.
Yeah, well, I must admit, apart from the
He's
hair,
got a bit of a wonky eye going on as well.
yeah, but
if you
that's how I feel sometimes.
That's how I feel.
Yeah,
I feel
how
like
he looks. Yeah, how he looks. Yeah.
if you take away that crazy hair like that, doesn't he resemble Ted Cruz?
Wait a minute till I cut his hair off.
He probably could.
I think he looks like Ted Cruz.
A little bit.
Maybe.
All right. Scroll down. I'll read a little bit more. All right. So Danny K, because I'm not going to say his last name.
Why not? Why are you not going to say his last name?
I just said I can't go there again. It's too much. was taken to the hospital Tuesday night after his neighbor reported him to be drunk and suicidal in his Lady Lake home, the report said. After waiting for 2 hours to see the doctor, I guess I have to say his name. Well, Danny got frustrated and decided decided to steal an ambulance to get home, according to the Fox affiliate WOFL-TV. Lake County Sheriff's Office Sergeant Fred Jones told the TV station it was one of the strangest things he's heard of since joining the agency. I've been doing this for 21 years in Lake County. I think it's the first I heard of this, Jones said. You're taken to the hospital because you're drunk, and now you're in the ambulance you've just stolen to go back to your house. This could have been bad.
Wow.
Most definitely. Like I said, he shouldn't have been drinking, right? Shouldn't have been driving.
I think Matt's got it right.
Yeah. Yes, Matt. Probably was.
Yeah. The crazy hair. So he parked the ambulance at his neighbor's driveway to get back at them because he thought they had first reported him to the police.
They pretended they stole the ambulance. Genius.
He was found in the trunk of his car inside his garage. I'm going to go hide.
Why was he in the trunk of his car?
He was going to go hide. He was booked into the Lake County jail. OMG.
Why was he in the trunk of his car? Is this because he's suicidal? Was he?
I don't know. I mean, he stole.
my
I
gosh.
mean, what else could he?
He's clearly not in the right frame of mind, is he? Really?
No.
No.
Wow.
Perhaps he's been watching, playing too many video games or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
That's amazing.
And on the theme of video games, see how I segued that in?
Mm. Yeah. I didn't even know that was coming.
Jamie, he didn't know because he didn't pay attention.
What did you say? No.
Yeah, a man tried to rob a GameStop in Georgia with an unusual mask disguise. He used a very, very clear plastic bag, everybody. There he is. And here's a little video. Look at him, Lincoln. Look at him. You can see exactly where he is.
Oh my goodness.
What a twat. Sorry, I got a agree release there.
Why?
He's a twat. It's a
Oh
water
my
bag.
gosh.
One of the things over the water,
Yeah.
like the 6-pack of water.
That's just so dumb. Oh my
So
god.
obviously, he got caught red-handed because you can see exactly where he is.
Does it say if he was on anything, or is this? I mean, are you just that stupid?
A man in Georgia Why does it say Georgia when it was supposed to be Florida?
I think it said Georgia.
It's supposed to be Florida. I typed in Florida man. Right, anyway,
All right.
pretend he's in Florida.
Yeah. This man is
This
now
man
from Florida.
from Florida, who went to Georgia on his holidays, attempted to rob GameStop wearing a plastic bag used to package bottled water. Trying his best, his very
I
best,
don't think so.
to disguise himself, he appears to be wearing a transparent plastic bag.
Wow.
When you take a closer look, you can see that the plastic bag is in fact the packaging used for bottled waters. Police actually have another video of the man walking through a different store without a plastic bag and wearing the exactly same clothes. He's not yet been identified. So
What?
I did do good. Oh my god, it worked! Oh my god, it worked. Everybody. See, I thought he'd been caught, but he's not been caught.
Oh, no.
That's
Genius.
unreal.
Genius.
Follow the bag. Follow the bag.
Absolutely. He got away with it.
That's amazing.
I didn't read that far down. That's
I wouldn't doubt if he's been caught doing some other kind of burglary or break in with that kind of disguise.
very likely. Yeah. Right. Next one.
We Americans are a bit nutty.
I'm just trying to decide who's going to read the next one. Where's a video? Shall we just
Let's watch the video.
yeah? So
Let's see it for ourselves.
a little bit of a backstory.
Okay, yeah.
Speeding Florida motorist, because Florida man, got more than he bargained for when he tried to flee police by running into a muddy swamp on Tuesday. Not like, because it's like 2000 and something. When is it? 2018, a few Tuesdays ago.
A couple of Tuesdays.
Yeah, a couple of Tuesdays ago in 2018. So, body cam video from Pasco County Sheriff's officers showed their police dog licking the face of a 34-year-old suspect after being apprehended in knee-deep water. So he got stuck in the swamp, and the police dog just licked the crap out of him when they caught him. Basically,
he weren't thinking right. He should have had a clear plastic
yeah,
bag
he had
on
a clear
his head.
plastic bag on his head. He got slobber on him.
He
Just
went
thought
back-
I had it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. We've got no volume, but look, he's stuck
That's
in
okay.
the he's got himself stuck.
And this is supposed to be like a police dog, canine, right? That's supposed to be like help apprehend the victim. I was going to say victim, but
Look,
the perpetrator.
He can't even stop it licking him. That would be torturous, yeah.
He's trying to
That'd
save
be
him
mine.
now.
That would be my dog, but he'd
Yeah.
probably be trying to drink the swamp.
And drink the swamp as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he tried to escape the police, sunk in the swamp, and then got licked by the police dog.
Wow. You know, if he had some kind of phobia about dogs or was allergic or something, that would be the ultimate payback right there.
Yeah, definitely. He couldn't do nothing either because all his arms were all
Yeah.
sucking.
Right, this
Oh.
next one. You've got that one. You just had it up.
Oh.
Danielle. This is a Danielle Alves story
Oh
because
boy.
I see Danielle delivering it
I'll do my best.
Right. expertly. Are you ready, Danielle?
Sure, let's go for it.
Sure.
Miami Herald. A homeless South Beach artist has no arms, but he stabbed a tourist, police say. How did,
That happened, Danielle.
Well,
Please
well,
tell us.
first of all, he's an artist with no arms. Now I have seen like artists who have been able to paint with their mouth or their feet. So I'm not going to say that having no arms is the big deal, but he stabbed a tourist. All right, let's go on with this.
I know how he did it. I've already read.
Oh, this just happened. Okay. All right, let's see.
That didn't happen 2 Tuesdays ago. It happened recently.
Yeah.
There you go. Whoa.
No, it didn't. It was 2018.
Oh, it was 2018. Okay, I was looking at the.
You're right.
Yeah, so was I.
There he is. There he is, everybody.
Okay.
So,
All right. Jonathan Crenshaw is one of those South Beach characters you can't help but notice. For years, the 46-year-old homeless man who weighs all of 90 pounds has painted on canvas on Lincoln Road Mall, drawing the attention of tourists and passerby for his artistic skills. So that'd be pretty interesting. That's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
That Crenshaw is armless and paints using his feet probably has much to do with the attention that he gets. But on
There's a
Tuesday,
clue there, everybody.
just after midnight, Miami Beach police say that Crenshaw stabbed one of those tourists. Crenshaw police say he used a pair of scissors he clutched with his feet to stab Cesar Coronado, 22, who was visiting Miami Beach from Chicago. According to the arrest report, Crenshaw said he was lying down when Coronado approached him and punched him in the head. What?
What?
He stabbed Coronado twice, put the scissors back into his waistband, and quickly walked off, the police say.
What?
Wow.
I'm having a visual here, and it's bizarre. So, the guy just walked up to him and punched him in the head.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
while he was lying down.
And then he clutched up with his scissors in his feet, stabbed him twice, and then tucked him in his waist and wandered off.
I mean, there had to be some quick thinking, and those scissors had to be, like, handy right there.
yeah.
But they weren't handy.
Oh,
They were footy. They were footy.
Pretty.
that's bad. That's
Sorry,
bad.
that was so inappropriate.
See,
Yeah, those scissors were footy.
I know that like there's sort of like homeless people and people do attack them, don't they? Just for the like, let's have some fun on a night out. So perhaps they thought he was homeless or something because he was laying down. Perhaps
Yeah,
he
but
is
why
homeless.
punch him? And you can obviously see
know.
that the man has, like, he's handicapped. Like, why would people attack somebody like that's wrong.
Yeah.
That's very wrong.
Well, he got more than he bargained for because he got
Yeah.
stabbed.
I'm
by a
out.
pair of scissors. How do you clutch a pair of scissors in your feet,
I
though?
don't know.
I mean,
I know Chuck Norris couldn't even do that. So.
hey, Chuck Norris can do a lot of things. Apparently.
Ah, that come out my nose and everything. Don't do that to me when I'm drinking. Don't do it.
That happens a lot to poor Lisa. Oh.
That was. Did you do it on purpose while I was taking a drink?
No, I didn't actually. But it's surprising what people can do. See, you can't underestimate anyone, can you? But
Well, especially if it's transpired like that, you know, it's like you've got to be able to defend yourself. But hey,
Yeah.
maybe that's, you know, maybe he keeps that, like a lot of people keep a gun under their pillow or next to them or something like that. Maybe he keeps the scissors as a defense. Being a homeless man.
I was going to say something bad. I was going to say he keeps a pair of scissors under his socks, but
Kelly says you might be surprised what people have learned to do with their feet. On a serious note, though, I have looked at some of the art done by these hand and foot artists, and it's amazing. I didn't even know how they managed to do that with their feet or their, like put a paintbrush in their mouth. It's amazing.
Granted, a lot of them, I would assume most of them learn it from. I would assume most of them learn it from birth, right? But
yeah, if you've never actually, I mean, it might be different if you've actually had an accident later in life and lost an arm or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you're born like that, it's just natural to you, I suppose, isn't it? It's just you've never known any different.
Did it say in that article like when it ended up happening to him, or did it just report the incident? Because I mean, if he was being attacked, good on him, huh?
Yeah. Jamie, have you still got it open?
I have still got it.
I closed it.
Right, let me just have a look. How much money wage a £90 has a pay come read that bit.
Just read it to yourself, you're mumbling.
I know, I'm just trying to get to the bit.
I mean, the man's got to defend himself somehow.
No.
But just, well, that's what you get for going up and punching people in the head, I suppose.
Yeah, there you go. See? So, good on him.
Good on him. Good on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I just thought when I first read it, I thought he just randomly stabbed someone, you know, who didn't like his artwork or something like that. But,
punching them in the head.
Mm-hmm.
So, somebody in Florida went to a BMW dealership and tried to buy a BMW with a food stamp card. Now, what is this, like a benefit thing in America? Like,
yeah, it is food stamps. But I mean, are we talking about this century, like this decade? What do we?
That was a few Tuesdays ago.
It was a couple of Tuesdays ago in 2016.
Oh my gosh,
2016. Yeah, so he went to the Pompano Beach auto dealership trying to buy a $60,000 car using his EBT card and a credit card.
Okay, so I don't know a lot about like the EBT cards things and things like that, but food stamps kind of has the thing right in the title, food stamps.
Food, yes.
What does EBT mean?
Someone in our audience viewers there is going to have to help because I'm afraid I don't. I know like I know what they use it for. I just don't
I'll
know
look
what
it up.
I don't know what it stands for. It's help. It's help from the government. You know.
Electronic benefits transfer.
Oh,
Okay.
right, yeah.
It's like benefit money for food and nutrition
Yeah,
services.
I'll have a BMW. Yeah.
Right, so he
Yeah.
tried to buy a $60,000 car using his EBT card and a credit card. Obviously, it was denied, and he went back a couple of days later and stole the car and the keys to 60 other cars and drove off.
So he stole the car that he wanted to get with his identification
Yeah.
and everything. And then he left. They thought, oh, okay, he's gone. And then that very car ends up gone. And he doesn't think he's going to be the prime suspect.
He took the keys for 60 other cars as well. I don't know who's planning to go back and get them later. But they knew exactly where he was because he'd give them his card.
Yeah. Oh, we know who did this. That doesn't take much.
I wonder who that was.
Wow.
Well, I don't know, but I know he was driving a BMW.
Yeah.
I wonder how many food stamps he thought was going to be sufficient
Exactly.
even put towards this.
He's been saving
Well,
up.
considering the price of food, probably just 2 at this stage.
There you go. Maybe he eats them, Kelly says. Maybe the keys, all this other keys that he stole. Unbelievable.
Yeah, talking about stealing things. Guess where this case takes place, Danielle?
Oh, wow. Could it be Florida?
How did you know?
Lucky guess.
Just a lucky guess.
Man in Florida uses a stolen electric shopping cart to avoid a DWI on a drive to a bar. So he thought because it was a mobility scooter that he'd stole from Walmart, I believe, that it couldn't be done with drunk driving.
I don't even think you can ride a bike intoxicated and avoid some kind of... Yeah.
But it gets worse. So he didn't only think, "Oh, I'm not going to get a DWI," but he stole this from the Walmart. This, do you call them mobility scooters over there?
Yeah, just a scooter or a cart. Yeah,
Mobility.
electric
He
cart.
stole this disabled shopping cart and took his date to the bar in it.
What?
He picked his date up on it and took her to the bar. How romantic! I swear.
I hope it wasn't their first
He
date.
looks like the romantic type, doesn't
Yeah.
he? He does look.
Do you want to come in
romantic.
my ride?
Yeah.
I hope it wasn't a first
Open my shopping basket and I'll take you to the pub.
So this is my theory on Florida when we were first talking about this. I think because Florida has a lot of transplants, from all over the country and even from South America and just other countries. A lot of people like to go to Florida. I'm thinking that it's like a representation of all the craziness in the world. It's a good example of, not that everybody that lives there, obviously, because believe me, I did see some very nice and friendly people when I was there, and I have some family that live down there. But these are just remarkable. I wonder if each state does these kind of...
Nothing yet, Danielle.
No? Okay.
And I'm going to let you read the next one because you're
All
going to
right.
love it. You're going to love it, love.
Let's do it.
Do you think you've seen the most bizarre one so far, or do you think there's more coming?
Well, if you set it up like that, I got to think that it's pretty bizarre, but we've already seen some pretty crazy ones, so let's go for it.
Let's read this and see if it's like the worst one so far.
Okay. Uh-oh. First word is nude.
It's not going to go well.
All right. Nude Florida man burns himself while dancing in flames, chanting gibberish.
Yeah. I think I'd be chanting gibberish if I was burning myself.
Okay, so this happened in June of 2018. Officers in Cape Coral, Florida, witnessed a completely nude man dance around a fire. Oh, so he's dancing around a fire. Oh, then he stand in the flames and chant gibberish. It happened on June 22nd on Pine Island Lake. Officers got a report of a man with a knife trying to set a vehicle on fire. The man, identified as 27-year-old John Hennessy, had also thrown a rock through the window of a home, according to the police. After the chanting and dancing, officers said Hennessy grabbed a wooden stick and swung it at them. That's when they pulled out a stun gun and took him into custody.
See, shred a cucumber.
Yeah. Even though he was in handcuffs, Hennessy continued chanting in an unknown language.
Unknown language.
Okay, wait a minute. Now I'm thinking, like, was the man possessed and like speaking in different tongues or something? All right, he was screaming.
Or he burnt his parts.
He burnt his parts. He was like, ah! Yeah.
He was screaming nonsense. He always screams. It was in another language, and I didn't know what he was saying. The suspect's sister, Heather Hennessy, told WFBI.
He always does this then.
It's like a hobby.
Police believe John Hennessy may have consumed psychedelic mushrooms. Heather Hennessy told local media he suffered burns while standing in the fire.
Yeah, that tends to generally happen when you stand in a fire.
Yeah, he was treated at an area hospital before being transferred to the Lee County jail, where he faces charges for aggravated assault, criminal mischief, and 4 counts of aggravated assault on law enforcement. His mother told local media his behavior has been erratic since he got out of rehab. The Hennessy family wants his case to bring attention to mental illness.
Well,
I mean, on a more serious note, you would have to have some kind of mental illness to be going through all that. And again, demonic possession could be one of them, but I don't know. That sounds like everything is making the news down in Florida. So
right. Jamie, do you feel like you've missed out because Danielle got to talk about the naked man?
Yeah, I want to talk about naked men as well.
You do?
Well, never fear, Jamie, because I've got you sorted.
Yeah. So, a Florida man caught walking around naked with a bottle of cooking oil, deputies say. He was getting the fuel for the fire for the other man. Yeah, something like that. He looks a bit like a...
He looks like that other bloke a little bit.
No,
hair.
I was actually going to say he looked like Danny DeVito with hair. Hairy Danny DeVito.
There you go.
Yeah. There's something crazy going on with the hair in Florida, isn't there?
It's windswept.
I don't think they shower it much. Shower wash it.
He looks a bit stunned that he's been arrested.
He does look a bit stunned.
I wonder if he sends in a new mugshot.
He should have done, shouldn't he?
He should have done, because that's ridiculous.
A Gulf Breeze man walked around a neighborhood naked while carrying a bottle of cooking oil. Santa Rosa County Sheriff's deputy said the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office received a call from a homeowner at 8:30 p.m. on May 17th saying home security footage caught a naked man, later identified as 63-year-old Joseph John Musso, walking around near his home, according to the Pensacola News Journal. When deputies arrived, they saw him walking with a plastic bottle of cooking oil because he liked to rub it down his legs. Oh, no.
Cooking oil.
Yeah, to his legs.
Yeah, he likes to rub it on his legs.
Yeah. It sounds like the America's current president, but after a brief chase and a struggle to handcuff Missy, that was all slippery. They used a taser. Yeah, well, there you go. Right. He also admitted to it because he's run around naked before. But,
it says that he told the deputies that he receives sexual gratification by being naked in public.
Yeah. Now we know why cooking oil. So
how did they know he was? How did they know that he received gratification from being in public?
That's what he told them.
I just wondered if it was. I wonder if it was obvious that he was.
I know where you're going, Danielle.
Yeah. You get all sorts, don't you? Danny Burrito. Little oily burrito. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, only his legs? So, like, did he want these really tan legs?
Yeah.
Cooking oil?
Yeah, well, because
your current president like doing weird things with his legs.
He likes having his. He said he
liked little children rubbing his legs, didn't he?
Yeah, so
that's true. But like back in the day, like I'm sure that everybody has become more aware since then. But like especially in the 70s and 80s, people would put baby oil on their skin to tan and oil. So cooking oil, I kind of could see, but only his legs. So I don't know.
You're getting told off by Jamie's.
Hey, I'm deprived. What can I say?
TMI.
What cooking oil, Danielle, or Danny DeVito? What?
Cooking oil. There you go.
Expialidocious says that the previous bloke could have sent in Danny DeVito's photo to replace it. He probably could
There.
have done.
See? Could have sent in a new video, just like the other guy.
Naked. Was it Friends where he was dancing as a police stripper? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Look at Jamie, the Friends fan.
The Danny DeVito fan. Everyone's going to think I know everything about Danny DeVito.
Danny
Right.
DeVito.
To top it all off, I don't think you can really beat that, though. But yeah, we've got one more.
All right.
A 20-year-old Florida man, surprisingly, what's the date on this one first?
We're gonna have to do these by the state, okay? So this week was in Florida. Next week we'll do something else.
Florida, well, that went in Georgia that snuck in there by accident. So a 20-year-old Florida man faces charges after police said he stole 7 zoo animals and kept them in an apartment. Now, I know you're all thinking, like, how did he get a giraffe? And it's not.
Was that Ace Ventura?
I was going to say, what zoo animals did he pick?
Ventura, Jamie, no.
Yeah.
So, Santa Fe College Police, working with the Alachua County Sheriff, arrested Cedric Price of Gainesville, Florida, for grand larceny, according to the Tampa Bay Times. Authorities followed a tip that led them to Price's apartment, where the animals, including a squirrel monkey, a skink,
Whatever one of them is.
I think
It's like a lizard. It's like a lizard.
a lizardy skink, 3 box turtles, and 2 redfoot tortoises were discovered. So it wasn't like he stole an elephant or anything.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Santa Fe College Teaching Zoo, where the animals were taken from, is asking for the public's help in finding 2 box turtles and 2 gopher tortoises that remain missing. I wonder what he'd done with them. Do you think he was selling them?
Well, why is it with all these people stealing animals like that? I know, like, people would steal, like, exotic animals to sell, but these are just taking penguins and random, well, I don't know. They might be exotic red-footed tortoises.
But that list, though, seems kind of specific. So it does make you wonder, is he going to resell them?
Was he stealing them to order, maybe? Like somebody'd asked him to get them?
Maybe.
I've never heard of a skink, though, until today.
No.
Did he pick 2 of each animal?
A skunk.
Or a skank.
Skink.
We might get a skunk in the zoo, I don't know. So, there was another one, but I've lost it.
Yeah, well,
I put it on the cover photo.
Is it the
No, it's
Florida man calls 911 to report himself drunk by any chance?
That wasn't it, but you can tell us about
Oh,
that
right.
if you want.
Yeah, there was a Florida man who called himself in drunk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He called himself for driving drunk, I think it was, wasn't it? For driving drunk?
Right. He was driving while under the influence of alcohol or drugs is a serious crime. Innocent people are too often injured or killed. I'm not reading that from the start, but whatever. Basically, yeah, he was drink driving and he phoned 911.
Why would you do that?
Reported himself. Well, see,
Guilty conscience?
some people, like I think somebody mentioned it earlier, people do want to get caught sometimes, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
Because they've got these habits and these addictions and things like that. So you don't know. I don't know. But
Some people want to get caught, yeah.
Right. And I found it.
Oh, okay.
Now, just to give
this is brilliant.
Just to give Florida a little break, we're going to Iowa. How far away is that for Florida, Danielle? Was that quite far away?
Quite away. Yeah, it's much further west.
I've got some distance away just for this final one. So, if you're going to commit a burglary, everybody, just in case you want to go and burgle something, I'm not telling you to do that. I wouldn't advise it. Don't do it because it's bad. It's naughty.
This is not advice.
It's not advice. But if you do want to commit a burglary, it's a good idea to have a disguise. Not the clear plastic bag.
Not the plastic. Don't be that silly.
That's stupid. But there is worse. However, you should probably do better than this pair of would-be burglars whose disguise attempts extended to drawing on their face with a Sharpie. I'm going to show you.
I've seen this done before, but I could still recognize the people that were doing it, so I'm curious.
Yeah.
This is their disguise, everybody. So, suspects...
Seriously?
Yeah. Matthew Allen McNally and Joey Lee Miller appear to be trying out for a Kiss tribute act The other just wants to make it look like he can grow a beard.
That just looks messy, doesn't it? I mean, he looks like some kind of cheap wrestler, and the other one just looks like a mess. And
Jamie's nephew actually had like wrestling.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
The dog nearly made it. He nearly made it to the end of the show.
Yeah.
Couldn't they have at least like put like a pillowcase and like cut the eyes out if they didn't want to be seen? It's like, why? This is so oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Please
Jamie's
tell me that they
nephew
were intoxicated or on something to think that that would work.
Yeah. Jamie's nephew had like these wrestling figurines, basically Barbies for boys. You know, you get like the plastic like action men.
Action figures.
He actually done this with Sharpies all over their faces, and this reminds me of that.
Okay, well that makes more sense, but I mean, really, does the article say were these men on anything or intoxicated, or were they just?
Let's read on, shall we? So,
did they really think that this was going to hide?
A witness called the police to alert them to an attempted break-in and said that the suspects then drove off in a white car. Police tracked the car down a few blocks away and, having been told that the suspects appeared to be wearing holsters, arrested them at gunpoint. As it turned out, the duo didn't have either guns or holsters on them. They did, however, have permanent markers scribbled all over their faces, which made them rather easy to identify. The pair have been charged with second-degree attempted burglary, and McNally has also been charged with driving whilst intoxicated. There's always drugs or alcohol involved, isn't there? That's all it says, Danielle. But that was a disguise.
Unreal. I mean, I wonder if they went to the same. I wonder if they went to the same school that the guy with the plastic bag that was clear went to. What's the education system like where these two people and the other guy went to school?
Yeah.
Just saying. I'm not the brightest person and the sharpest tool in the box, but I'm gonna think that Sharpie isn't going to be.
You're not the sharpiest tool in the box.
Yeah, Sharpie tool.
Yeah, Jamie's back, everybody.
Yeah, so that would have been one of the easiest things to clean up. All they have to do is put their image up there and just say, okay, we're going to wipe out the Sharpie marks and see who's under that.
Well, you don't even need to. You can tell who it is. Like, just yeah.
I had that.
It is permanent marker, though, isn't it? A Sharpie.
It is permanent.
Yes, it is.
It's going to take a bit of time to get that off.
Yeah, what takes that out? Jamie, what takes out permanent marker?
Yeah, Jamie.
I wonder. A lot of scrubbing and effort.
Yeah, only an idiot would draw on their face with permanent marker.
Mind you, they probably got it off by now because this was like a couple of Tuesdays ago.
It was a couple of Tuesdays ago. They put it,
like rubbing alcohol and
and that's all the stupid crimes and dumb criminals we've got for you this time. We might do this again at some point in the future and do ones after 2018 because that seemed to just go to 2018 for some reason. It wasn't intentional. Next week we'll be looking at parallels.
Oh yeah, that's
what parallels are, Danielle, or shall we keep them hanging until next Tuesday?
Let's leave them. Let's keep them hanging so they don't go checking things out. But
I'm cheating on the exam.
No cheating. We want to surprise you and educate you.
Yeah, like we just educated you on how to burgle something and be disguised.
My dad said you could use the oil off the other chap. Yeah, we could, we could take the oil and that would probably work.
Yeah.
No,
Kelly's comment there. I wonder if a Sharpie mask would work for mandates.
Possibly. People have tried silly things like that.
Done stupid
have
things.
you talking about that guy who tried to rob that shop with a clear mask on?
Yeah, some of the things people put on their edge during that.
Yeah, during the pandemic, you
know them
milk cartons on their heads.
Them pop-up laundry hamper things that you get. Somebody actually had one of them on their head.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, so next week with the parallels, XBL Adosha says that sounds interesting. It really is. There's certain parallels all over and around the world, around the globe, that have some very
weird,
unexplained and weird things happening and occurring in the area around them. So that's what we're going to look into next week.
And this is something that we need to look into as a prelude to giants. Yeah, so we're going to do this because it plays into the Nephilim, which we're going to do later. But we need to explain this to you first. So parallels. It's very interesting. It sounds like it's like going to be like a maths lesson and be very boring,
So,
but it's not. It's very
I've got a
interesting.
question. I've
What's
got a
that?
question.
Of course you do.
If there's loads of strange things happen with these parallels, is there a parallel running through Florida?
Yes. Oh, maybe.
All right.
Maybe.
Don't give things away.
Give things away.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's why.
If you haven't already, please like and subscribe our site here, and please share it with others. And you know that they might be interested, or even if you don't think they might be, we might cover topics.
We don't care if they're interested.
We're not selective. Just share. Just share.
Watch
Yeah.
it. Don't care if you like it or
Like,
not.
share, subscribe,
Yeah.
and all that.
Share the
jazz.
love.
And hit the bell if you want to. If you are subscribed, hit the bell to make sure you get notified on all notifications. So make sure you click all. And but we're you know where to find us.
Indeed. Yeah. Carry on, Danielle. I was just going to show that just quickly. You should do Skinwalker. That's coming.
Everything ties in together.
Yeah.
There's links, so it needs to go in a certain order because the Skinwalkers tie into the Bigfoot ties into the Nephilim, even like going into vampires, it all ties together, but we'll need to explain that to you in a certain order. So we will get to Skinwalkers and Skinwalker Ranch at some point. We've got so much to do. And there's not enough Tuesdays in the world, but we will see you next Tuesday. And that needs to go on a t-shirt, it really does.
It does.
But we've got other things on t-shirts, so make sure you check out the store at thecuriouscasefiles.com/store. And I'm going to let them two say goodbye now because I can't speak anymore.
Well, I will say goodbye, but while you're over there checking out our store and our website, you can become a patron and help support us to continue going with this and help grow our Curious Case Files. That's right. We would greatly appreciate that. So thank you for joining us today. Hopefully this was a little bit more lighthearted. This is our 4th episode, but occasionally we'll do something like this. But for the most part, we stick to the more, the serious issues and hopefully can educate people.
Sorry, I said I was finished talking, but this was very serious, Danielle. How dare you?
Oh, my bad. According to Lisa, this was very serious, and that's all. So I'm Danielle. I will see you next Tuesday.
Yeah, and from me, we do appreciate all your support, and if you want to sponsor us, we can then buy some oil and rub it in our legs and do all that jazz and dance around the fire.
Jamie says goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much anyway for your support. Thank you.
I got a bit weird there.
And we'll see you next Tuesday, but not the 2 Tuesdays ago, because that was 2016.
Shut up, Jamie. Bye-bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.